Yeah. What's up? This your boy JT the Bigger Figure, aka Fig Panamera, aka Locks Home, Glocks Home, and you tuned in to Trapflix, LinkedIn with Ross Media. We on some independent game. We pushing a hard line. We coming from nothing to something. And y'all stay tuned, man. It's a lot of shit coming your way right on this motherfucking media channel, man. Ross Media. Yes.
On the show. This is all about boxing, all about you. So we have here today Jack Mosley, the all-time, one of the greatest trainers, my brother. You know what I'm saying? And we still taking cornbread. So Jack, how you doing today?
I'm great. How about yourself?
I'm blessed. I'm
blessed?
blessed. So blessed, champ.
I mean, I guess God said so. We're both blessed then.
And that's a good thing during this pandemic.
That's right.
There's a couple of questions I want to ask you about the future of boxing. Now, these days, how do you rate the fighters of today and the fighters of yesterday? As in when y'all was coming up, you know? Then again, you forever young, so talk to me.
I think the fighters of today are very competitive with one another. I think the fighters of yesteryear were very competitive with one another. I think that the future of boxing has got a bright future. I think we are moving ahead in a positive manner. I think we're going to do some great things in the future. It depends on the fighters and their trainers and, you know, their environment and how they want to conduct themselves as they ascend to the top as champions, to be champions.
Okay, let's talk about the hunger.
Okay.
The hunger like the Marvin Haglers, the Mike Tysons, the Jack Dempseys, you know, that era.
Okay. I think all those guys have something in common that made them champions, and that's tremendous amount of discipline. Without discipline, you can't do a damn thing. You need that. All those guys had it.
Okay, well, let's talk about these world champions right now.
Okay.
The upcoming world champions, the Gervonta Davis, the Shakur Stevenson. You know, let's talk about the ones, the Broners, all the ones in that weight, the Errol Spences, the Frank Martins.
Okay.
Let's talk about them fighters.
Well, first off, Gervonta is a phenomenal fighter. I think he's going to be champion for a while. Shakur Stevens, I think he's up and coming. He's going to be a tremendous champion. He's got a lot of speed, a lot of movement, a lot of combinations that he throw. And I like his style. I like Gervonta's style too. He's an aggressive. I call him a power boxer because he can box. He can hit you with power. So in my estimate, he's a power boxer, like somewhat like Shane. And that's what I like. That's what I teach. Power boxing. But of course, you got to mix it up with a little movement and stuff like that too.
A little acrobatic, you know.
Yeah, you got to do that.
You have the athleticism.
And I just think, and then some of the other fighters coming up, I think they all got their own unique styles. I think they want to be boxers and punchers, but some of them a lot of them don't commit to their punches sometimes when they're out there boxing and stuff. You know, they're boxing, but they're trying to hit and bag up at the same time, and that's not good. So you got to commit to your punches too at some point. Then at some point, you got to learn how to fight inside, fight outside. And a lot of them fight outside, but a lot of them don't know how to fight inside. So at some point, you got to fight, you know, a real fight. You know, you can box all you want all day, but sometimes these fighters will make you fight. And if you don't know how to fight, you might just lose the fight.
You're right. So is it true that a lot of these fighters today are persuaded by politics?
I think politics plays a lot, you know. And, I mean, promoters sometimes hold the fighters up, you know. It depends on what promoter you have. They can make good fights or they can mess up a good fight. You know, some fights never made because the promoters don't come to an agreement with the money. That's the bottom line. So if the money's right, you can have great fights.
Okay, I love that. So what's your outlook on a Wilder and a Fury?
Well, I've been watching Wilder train, and looks like he's added some great things to his arsenal of punches and stuff. So it looked like he might upset Tyson Fury. Well, what I like about Tyson Fury is he's elusive somewhat like Ali. He's moving, twisting, turning. Makes him hard as hell to hit for a heavyweight. He's really, you know, he's a dangerous fighter.
And my thing about Wilder and Fury is that Wilder went back to his basics. to boxing, to learning the art of regular boxing instead of depending on that right hand.
Exactly, that's what I'm talking about.
And I love seeing his construction going back to the first platform of boxing, and I see him as being very victorious on this. If this fight were to take place,
I feel somewhat the same way. He's changed and added stuff to his arsenal of punches, and I think he's gonna do some damage.
And sometimes a hard head makes a soft ass.
That's right.
You know?
And so he finally, I guess he's listening to somebody that's making him do some good things out there.
And do you see anyone out there that's capable in Devontae Davis' weight category as giving him a run for the money?
I can't call it right off, but I'm thinking the guy that will give him some trouble is a boxer puncher like himself, and it'll be a chess match. But he has to be a boxer puncher. He has to take it to him, get some respect, box him a little bit, fight him inside. You gotta do some dog into the fight. You gotta fight him inside, you gotta box him, you gotta fight him inside, boxing, fight him inside, boxing, keep turning him and keep twisting,
Fighters like him and another fighter that I know of, Frank Martin, reminds me of the fighters of the old.
Okay.
And then there's another fighter, Anthony Sims Jr.
Okay.
He's another upcoming fighter, champion.
Okay, I gotta keep my eye on him.
They remind me of the fighters of the old, when they was hungry, ambitious, and listened.
Right, that's the key word too, listen.
Because most of these fighters today, you can have all the talent, but if you don't listen,
it's no good.
It means nothing.
No good. You gotta listen.
We have a lot of upcoming fighters coming out of the gym, and especially in the Olympic team.
Okay.
I'm anxious to see what the future has for them. And do you have any particular fighter that you know that you can tell the world to look out for? I got an idea who it is, because what I've seen.
Scott Tennant. Hey, he's coming. Look out for Jared Scott Tennant.
You hear that? Jared Scott Tennant.
Hey, he's got ability. He's a switch hitter. He can go either way. Hey, he reminds me of a Terrence Crawford, but I think he's gonna be even better. So you gotta look out for Jared Scott Tennant.
And I've seen this fighter in action, and when I tell you, this kid is the truth. And he's coming. Believe me, he's coming. And he's a listener.
He's a listener. He's got a great personality too. People are like it.
So
he's got a tremendous fan base because he's got a great personality.
So here you have Jack Mosley. If there is a way that
signing off, the way you guys can get to me is Jack Mosley Boxing. That's my Instagram.
Jack Mosley Boxing. And y'all know who I am.
Check me out.
Great.
Check Jared Scott Tennant out. That's his Instagram also. Jared Scott Tennant.
And you know what? I say Jerome show. Jerome's in the house. Come next to with live boxing at the Floyd Mayweather boxing gym.
Hey, y'all watching Ross Media, ROSS, okay? This is Debo from Hit Movie Friday, and I still got the bicycle. Now get out of my face. We about to fade the black.